We present a new technique to model reflectance, including its spatial variation and anisotropy. Our model is synthesized using data captured from a single view of a sample. Our goal is not to reconstruct the sample's BRDF exactly, but instead to visually convey its reflectance from a small amount of easily captured data. An alternative to our technique is to fit parameterized BRDF models to the sparse view data. Unfortunately, isotropic models ignore important properties of angular variation in surface reflectance. Even anisotropic models fail to capture visual characteristics of the real material. Based on a microfacet model, our approach tabulates a normal distribution function, or NDF, at each surface point. Data from a single view determines the NDF only over a partial domain. To solve this problem, we observe that materials have similar microstructure at different points, which can be rotated and merged to complete the partial NDFs. To simplify data acquisition, we adapt the approach of Gardner et al. 2003. Instead of a neon light, we scan a linear LED array over a flat sample, in which individual LEDs can be turned on or off. Lighting directions are sampled densely, but only a single view. We first show experimental results on datasets from the inverse shade trees paper in SIGGRAPH 2006. This data was captured on a special gantry that moves a camera and light source in order to densely sample the BRDF. We applied our method on a single view slice of the dataset, representing a greeting card, leaving the other view directions to validate our result. The small figure in the middle of captions indicates the viewing and lighting directions, red for the lighting and blue for the viewing. Here's a second example based on IST data. This material has significant anisotropy and local frame variation over fan-like regions. Our method preserves the visual character of anisotropic reflectance, including its spatial variation. Now we show results using data captured from our simple device and synthesized using our method. We begin with various fabric materials mapped onto a pillow shape. Fabrics exhibit complex anisotropic reflectance due to their consistent fiber orientation. They also demonstrate complex spatial variation, such as the colorful needlework on this red satin example. Here is a pillow mapped with an BRDF we measured from a wallpaper sample. The local frame rotation of the plastic coating microstructure is well preserved with our method. And finally, a pillow mapped from measured green velvet. Here is a board model mapped with two kinds of wood materials obtained with our method. We begin with an oak wood sample. Please notice the subtle effects of anisotropic reflectance that cause the wood fibers beneath the surface. The next is a rosewood sample. The complex anisotropic reflectance of the wood surface is well captured with our method. Now is a dish mapped with different BRDFs from our technique. A weathered copper sample is shown here. The progressive changing of the reflectance property is preserved well in our result. Finally, we show the brushed aluminum material. We use the texture coordinates which simulate a circular brushing. The fan-shaped anisotropic highlights with rich details are generated with our method. In conclusion, our technique demonstrates a good visual match to the spatially varying and anisotropic reflectance of real materials.